What's up Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. This is part 3 of the turbo build. So today we are going to try to wrap this up, install the intake pipe, the wideband lambda, put the intercooler back, the radiator back, make sure the fans fit the way they should, etc. There will be a lot in this episode, but I hope to get everything done so we can start the car. That's the goal. So let's go. So this is basically what we're gonna build the intake pipe of. A 3-inch little bend to the turbo, silicone hose from DO88, then some 3-inch piping. This is a 90-degree bend and a 30-degree. I think that will do, so we're gonna cut that up and make it fit. Then we're gonna attach some vacuum lines to this afterwards, as it should be. The only thing we are not going to do right now is this attachment right here. I think it's like 25 millimeter, and we're gonna skip that because we're gonna run an open blow-off valve, so we're not gonna run the recirculating stuff, because otherwise it will go like from here and then a pipe over here. It will look really ugly. It will be much cleaner like this. So we're gonna move the wiring for the mass airflow sensor, move it around. The cable is long enough, so it's just to reroute it to this side right here. Then we're gonna cut this pipe off. It hurts a little bit, but we're going to do it, and measure the air right here. So you don't have to change the software or anything, just move it to this place and install an open blow-off valve and it will work perfect. The only thing is that you need to get it super tight so it doesn't leak any air or anything like that, then you will be good. I think most of the guys that does this and says it doesn't work have the original piping, the plastic pipe, and it starts to leak, and then you will be in trouble. So this is a good way, DO88 piping, and yeah, works really good. So we have just some silicone couplings from 2.5 inch to 3.125 inch. I think fits perfect. So we will install those and a couple of clamps as well, and a copy of a HKS SSQV blow-off valve with the adjustment at the back, so you can set the spring rate at harder if you like to, so it doesn't open as early. And this works quite good, so we will start and see where we end up. This is the intake pipe, how it came to be. Looks really good and a lot of clearance underneath. It's like a super nice mellow bend. So I hope this will deliver tons of air. So now we're just gonna mark up where we need the hole for this line right here. And also we're gonna tap in a vacuum line right here that goes from the magnetic valve. So this will still sit in the original position as a stock car, and it reaches the wastegate perfectly. So just a small tap down here, a little more reachable than the old one, and then we're gonna tap this in right here, and then we're gonna paint this matte black when everything is welded. While we are waiting on the paint to fully cure on the intake pipe, we are going to install the new HKS blow-off valve. So we're gonna start with the delivery pipe and cut this up. You can see I have the mass airflow sensor and the new hose from the 088 and these Super Duty heavy loaded clamps that could hold down 1 million pound of boost. Now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but they are Super Duty heavy loaded, so they will not come loose in the first place. So now we're going to cut up this pipe and just clamp this on, and then install the pipe back again, and then we will reroute the cable. It's really easy to move the connection and the cable. There are two wires down here. This is for the mass airflow sensor, and then there is for another sensor down here. Both of these are wrapped in this like protection, so you have to cut that out, remove the reservoir for the steering fluid, and then just split the cables, and you can see how long this is. On the 9.5 it will easily reach down here without a problem. So now we're just gonna wrap this up with some electrical tape again to protect the wires, and then we will be able to tighten that down. So everything attached to the intake pipe, the magnetic valve, and the only thing remaining now, this sits really sturdy. It looks kind of cheap, but it's a really good solution. And this will flow insane, no restriction. It's just 3" all the way down to the turbo. And all of the lines to the magnetic valve is installed. We have one down here, one to the wastegate, and the other one should be on the turbo, on the compressor housing, but we don't have connection on it, so we're gonna make a connection on the DO88 hose that goes to the intercooler, because they have a solution for it. So it's one of these. So you simply just make a hole in the hose, and then you screw on this and you simply got a connection. So this is a really good solution. So all the lines are attached. So now we're gonna continue with trying to put the radiator back together with the fans, and hopefully everything will fit. Skip ahead a little bit. The big DO88 intercooler is in place together with the oil cooler and the radiator. Everything in original position, which is really nice. So the fans did the trick. There is some play to the wastegate, which is nice, so it don't sit on top of each other. And I think everything came out really good. It looks really stealthy, even though it's like powerful. So since it's matte black, the intake pipe, I don't think it's like just hits the eye when you open the hood. Of course the delivery pipe and the open blow-off valve does, but I don't think it will be a big problem. So now we are getting ready to install a new oil filter, fill up the oil, put in some coolant, and then we will be ready for the first startup. I don't want to jump into changing a lot of stuff at one time. I've said it numerous times before. So as of right now, we're just gonna leave it like it is, with the big changes of the intake pipe, the exhaust manifold and the turbo, also the blow-off valve, and the relocating MAP sensor. So we will start like this and see how the car works and behaves, and in a future episode we will connect the wideband lambda. Okay, it will not affect the running of the car, but we will do that in a later episode, so we can just start the car. That's the main point about this. So let's do all this work and see where we end up. So I filled up the engine with some OEM oil, and for the track days later I think I will go with some like 5W40 or something like that. But if you have any suggestions what oil is the best for track days, please comment down below. So now we're gonna crank the engine around a little bit without starting it, so oil will pump around, so the new turbo will be primed. So now I'm getting a bit nervous. You could probably tell by the sound of my voice. So just gonna crank it around a little bit, and then we'll put the DI cassette back, and hopefully everything starts and runs fine, but we will see. So this is perfectly normal, that all of the moisture is vaporizing from the exhaust wrap. So there will be some smoke, but we will pull out the car so we can idle outside. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is probably my sickest build ever, engine wise, and I'm super sure that this will do some great power numbers once it's tuned. So there's a lot more coming. For sure we are going to install the wideband lambda, the new injectors, the new fuel pump, but that's coming up in a future episode. I just want to sure that you are entertained this Sunday. So enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, it means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!